Good morning, LOC family. Good morning, LOC family. I'll try that one last time. Good morning, LOC family. If you are happy to be alive, I want you to put your hands together and thank God for your life. I think you could do better than that. I said, if you're happy to be alive, put your hands together and bless God. Show of hands if you were here last week for our soul session. Thank you so much for coming back. Show of hands if you're here for the very first time. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome again to our Chapel Soul Sessions. This is a space that is both sacred and scholarly. It's where we worship, where we witness, where communal reflection meets to cultivate intellectual rigor, spiritual grounding, cultural pride, and holistic empowerment. For those who need to mark their attendance today, we're about to put a QR code on the screen. Make sure you take your phone out and scan that QR code. If it doesn't work, please forgive us, but bear with us. But as best as you can, go ahead and scan that QR code on the screen right now. Even while you're doing that, I want to applaud and appreciate and celebrate all of the wonderful responses that we received last week from our soul session. It really means a lot to us to know that we are making the kind of impact that we deserve across the campus and throughout our community. As we situate ourselves this week, I want to take a few moments to ground us. For those who have been desiring to capture social media content, hear me, we are excited that you acknowledge the value of what's happening here. So what we want to do is ensure that things are done in an organized and intentional way. So all of you who might desire to do social media content during our soul sessions, please express your interest to Miss Ina Esco. I want her to stand at this time. Y'all give it up for Ina Esco. There have already been a couple of you who have clearance through Magic 807 Radio. Say Magic 807 Radio. So some of you already have our permission and support to get as close up and maneuver around as the Spirit leads you. But if you have not been cleared through Magic 807 Radio, we're asking you not to do that at this time. But I trust that Miss Ina Esco and Magic 807 Radio will do all we can to get everybody who wants to be incorporated in producing social media content to be able to do so. Now, on a much more serious note, today we come together for a session that is going to ask us to hold two things at once. On the one hand, we'll be celebrating championship level legacy of the athletics department at Lemoyne-on College. I want to recognize right now the athletic director of LOC, Brother William Anderson. Would you stand? Y'all give it up for him. And I want all of the student athletes to stand for a second. All of the student athletes, please stand. Y'all give it up for our student athletes. So yes, on the one hand, we're celebrating that championship level legacy. And we'll hear from someone later on in our program, several people actually, who carry the legacy of athletics at Lemoyne-on and throughout the world. On the other hand, we are here to wrestle with the sobering truth of sexual violence and a call to sexual awareness. I want to give everybody full freedom to emote as you see necessary. You are in safe and sacred space. Some of you might need to leave, and that's okay. But for those who stay, however you choose to respond to the sensitive nature of what we'll be sharing, please know you are welcome to be your full and authentic self. Today we're going to be connecting sports, sexuality, and spirituality. And last week, if you were listening to us, we said that not every soul session will feel like a conventional worship service. And this is one of those weeks. Nevertheless, I want all of you to always trust that whenever you show up to this space, the Spirit is going to be moving. So let me be clear again from the offset. The subject matter today is sensitive. Somebody say it's sensitive. We're speaking about sexual assault. But this is exactly the kind of conversation soul sessions are designed for. This is a safe and sacred space where we're presenting solid information. We're going to wrestle with difficult truths, and we're going to always do our best to remain grounded in spirituality. So again, immediately after this session, as we said last week, we invite those who will need to debrief or decompress or deconstruct what you've experienced here today to meet us in the encounter, which will be held in the alumni room at the bottom of the library from 12 to 12:30. So I invite all of us, take a deep breath. Open up your heart and know that this is holy ground and a loving and living God is present with us right now. Cole Arthur Riley said, inhale, the flesh is sacred. Exhale, I contain the divine. I want all of us to rest in these words. Your body is not a threat. It's a miracle. And it deserves to be safe, to be seen, and to be free. I'm going to say that again. Your body is not a threat. It is a miracle. And it deserves to be safe, to be seen, and to be free. Repeat after me. Speak God. We're listening. Ashe and amen. Take a moment and pay attention to your screens.
Spirituality has been like the key ingredient for my survival and my resilience. And I didn't know what it was. I just felt it. And there was a part of me throughout this entire time, through all these experiences, but especially when I was a child and I didn't have the words to match it, there was something within me that I felt was moving towards my greater good. And it was beyond anyone's words. It was beyond what I felt or thought or experienced, but I felt something inside that was more powerful than all of those things. And I couldn't really necessarily identify it, but I felt it moving and sort of driving me throughout everything that I was going through. There is no thing outside of me that can harm me and pull me away from who I really am. And even if something were to cause death to my physical form, that still doesn't harm me. Like, my spirit is free, it will always be free. I was born free, and in order to deal with the complexities of life, I have to continue to connect with something that's greater than myself. Now, what I call it, I don't even share with other people because wars are started from whatever you call that thing. So I don't want to create a war with anybody, but I know that there was a great hand, and I don't want to anthropomorphize the thing, but there was a great stirring of my life by something other than me. Or maybe that was collective consciousness, but I felt that all the time. I mean, I knew it. Even when I came back to my body when I was being raped in the park, I felt that thing, it was there. And as I've gotten older, for me, my spirituality has morphed and transformed in different ways, but it's still the same early practices of that little boy. But I sit still and I meditate. I know that every breath that I take in is a gift, because there'll be a moment when I won't have any. And while I have them, I can use them for my benefit. And I typically try to write out things that I'm grateful for, but every day I think about reasons why I'm grateful, what I appreciate. I set an intention, and then I affirm myself daily. I say things about myself that are loving to me. And it's like that saying, like the longest journey in life is gonna be just that one step within. And I took 1,000,000 steps outward, All it took was that one step within, and it was such a long place to be. But if I didn't practice the things that I did, I wouldn't have been able to go within, because it was scary to go within. Because I didn't want to be in here. I had been frightened out of my body, and I had been treated by some people that I loved and told that I wasn't worth a damn thing. And yeah, that's the role that spirituality has played. It has helped me return to myself and to love myself and to know that I'm good enough.
Amen. Amen. I just want to encourage you this morning, let you know that you are blessed. Look at your neighbor and tell them you are blessed. You are. Look at your other neighbor, tell them you are blessed. You're blessed in the city. You're blessed in the field. You're blessed when you're coming, and you're blessed when you're going. You are blessed. Come on, everybody, clap your hands like this. If you're feeling what I'm saying, you go ahead and stand up to your feet, because we are blessed this morning. Hallelujah. Yeah. Oh, let me hear you say, bless, bless, bless. Say bless, 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 bless. Say I'm blessed. Say you're blessed. We're blessed. We're blessed. Oh, we're blessed in the city. We're blessed in the field. We're blessed when we come and when we go. We cast down every stronghold, sickness and poverty must cease, for the devil is defeated. We are blessed, since thou hast walked uprightly, the light in the dark land, since thou hast placed in my heart all the Lord's command. He set thee up on nations and cast thine enemy away. He's standing up within me, so let me hear you say, we're blessed. We're blessed in the city. We're blessed in the field. We're blessed when we come and when we go. We cast down every stronghold, sickness and poverty must cease, for the devil is defeated. We are blessed. Let me hear you say, blessed, 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 blessed. I'm blessed, blessed, blessed.
Come on, come on. All of the blessed people, put your hands together one more time. Let me take a moment to thank you again for your energy and for your engagement and for your involvement. And I want to center us yet again just for a few moments, because we need to reflect together. And we need to spend some time confronting a sacred and sobering truth. Yes, we are a blessed people. And, somebody say and sexual violence is real. And the silence around it, especially in our sanctuaries and in our schools and in our homes, it can wound just as deeply as the violence itself. Silence is not neutral, and silence actually can be a form of complicity. Our sacred texts don't shy away from these terrible realities. If you ever read the Hebrew Bible, in Genesis, a sister named Tamar is assaulted by her own brother. If you ever read Judges chapter 19, there's a sister who's called a concubine, and she's brutalized and discarded. Her body is dismembered as if it were nothing more than a petty piece of property. In the Quran, coercion and compulsion are condemned, declaring that intimacy without consent is an abomination. And in the great Hindu epics, a sister named Draupadi is dragged into court and stripped of her dignity, reminding us that even in our sacred stories, women's bodies and people's bodies have been threatened, shamed, and dishonored. But I also want us to proclaim a greater truth that resounds across all of our sacred traditions. And that is this: the God that we serve does not condone, does not sanction, and does not bless violence against our bodies. I want to say that again. The God that we serve does not condone, does not sanction, and does not bless violence against our bodies. Our God, the God of our elders and ancestors, is a God of liberation and not domination. Our God is a God of safety and not silence. We serve a God whose spirit moves to protect the vulnerable and bring freedom to the oppressed. And here at LeMoyne-Owen College, we declare and we decree without hesitation and without apology that sexual assault will never, somebody say never, it will never be condoned, it will never be excused, and it will never be tolerated in the eyes of our God or in the culture of our college. Do I need to say that again? Sexual assault will never, say never. It will never be condoned, it will never be excused, and it will never be tolerated, not in the eyes of our God and not in the culture of our college. Clap right there. Spirituality demands responsibility. To honor God is to honor the dignity and autonomy of everybody and everybody's body. To follow God is to stand with the vulnerable and not exploit them. And to be part of this community is to ensure that every person feels safe, whether it's on the field or in the classroom or in any corner of our campus and community. So hear me clearly. Your body belongs to you. Nobody has the right to touch it or to take it or to enter it without your consent. Let me say it slow so I can say it some more. Your body belongs to you. Nobody has the right to touch it or to take it or to enter it without your consent. Your body is not a curse to be ashamed of. Your body is not an object to be conquered. Your body is a temple. Your body is a testimony. Your body is sacred, and you were born to win. I'm going to say that one more time, okay? Nobody has a right to touch your body or to take your body or to enter your body without your consent. Your body is not a curse to be ashamed of. Your body is not an object to be conquered. Your body is a temple. Your body is a testimony. Your body is sacred. And repeat after me. I was born to win. You don't act like you believe it, so say it again. I was born to win. You're going to say it one more time. Say, I was born to win. Say, we were born to win.
The enemy came up against your home. The enemy came up against your family. Oh, the enemy came up against your name. The enemy came up against your character. But remember, you will win. You will win. The enemy came up against your health. The enemy came up against your finances. Oh, the enemy came up against your vision. The enemy came up against your business, but you will win. You will win. You will win. You will win. See, I know that you're hurt, and I know you've been torn. I
after me, it's my winning season. All right, my name is Ina Esco, the program director of the Lowry Communication Center. And at this time, well, thank you for the clap. Thank you. At this time, we're going to look at some notable figures that have matriculated through the LeMoyne-Owen College athletics program. Okay? We're going to start with some coaches and builders of legacy. Coach Jerry C. Johnson. Coach Johnson is the legendary men's basketball coach, led LOC to the 1975 NCAA Division III National Championship, the only HBCU men's team to win a national title at the time. He's a mentor of generations who became leaders in athletics, education, and community. Also, Vertus Sales, he's a legendary LOC basketball coach whose leadership shaped multiple generations of players. Clint Jackson, a former LOC athletic director and high school coach, widely respected in Memphis athletics. Coach Robert Newman, a legendary high school basketball coach, connected to LOC's athletics legacy. All right, I'm gonna jump into volleyball. Look at there, Ina Esco is at the top of the list. A cute picture too, by the way. Former LOC volleyball player and now a Memphis radio personality and cultural influencer, and also the program director of the Lowry Communication Center. Also, Eureka McAfee, she's a former volleyball player here from LeMoyne-Owen College, current principal at Alcee Performing Arts Elementary School. Coach Nedra Brown, she was my volleyball coach back in the day. She's a former volleyball standout and later coached at LOC, Alabama A&M, and Jackson State University. I'm gonna transition into men's basketball real quick. Dr. Willie W. Harrington, a former LOC athlete, and he became the first African-American mayor of Memphis and longest serving mayor in the city history. Charles Edge, he's the LOC basketball star who went on to play in the NBA with the Indiana Pacers in the 1970s. David Smokey Gaines, he is the LOC basketball legend, later Harlem Globetrotter and pioneering head coach at San Diego State University. Dr. Sam Batchelor, he's a former LOC basketball player who has become a lifelong educator and community leader. Commissioner Mikhail Lowry, a former LOC basketball player, now Shelby County Commissioner. Reverend Earl J. Fisher. Okay, let's give him a round of applause. Former LOC basketball player and now the pastor, professor, organizer, and dean of chapel here at LOC. Yes. All right, I'm gonna get into women's basketball real quick. I know yes, we're going, but I'm gonna get into women's basketball. Pauletta Gilliam, she's a former player, now a respected police officer in Memphis. Nikisha Richards, she's a former player as well and now a healthcare provider at VCU Health. Anthony Tony Claire Johnson, we're in baseball now. He's a LOC standout, drafted by the Montreal Expos, and he also played in the Major League Baseball in the early 1980s. Danny Jennings, he's a former LOC baseball player, currently athletic director at Benton Harbor High School. Robert Lipscomb, LOC baseball alum, and he also became a major community leader and public servant here in Memphis, former director of housing and urban development for the city of Memphis. Tennis, Latasha Mister, she's a former LOC tennis standout. She's also director of programs at Knowledge Quest, recognized as a 2025 Superwoman in Business by the Memphis Business Journal. Golf, Dominique Worthen, LOC golf athlete, remembered for breaking ground in the sport at this college. Also a groundbreaking entrepreneur with the Sneaker Bar. Track and field, Jesse Chapman. Give it up for Jesse Chapman. Yes, former LOC track athlete and later active in alumni leadership right here at LOC and community involvement. Now, beyond individual achievement, LOC Athletics produce scores of teachers, coaches, mentors, faith leaders, and public servants whose influence stretches across Memphis and beyond. The legacy is not only about games won, but also lives shaped, communities served, and futures built. Thank you.
Come on, y'all can do better than that. Put your hands together for the legacy of LeMoyne-Owen College. I want to invite up here with me for just a few moments to have a quick conversation. A legend in his own right, somebody who has been carrying the legacy of LeMoyne-Owen College. You heard his name, you saw his picture. He is a member and former MVP on the 1975 National Championship team. Y'all give it up for my dear brother, Clinton Jackson. Brother Clint, man, it is a gift always to be around you, and I definitely want you to take a moment and say a few things about yourself, but also about your national championship team, and especially about what it was like when you arrived on this campus 15 minutes ago. 2 weeks ago. 200 years ago. And was, handed a legacy to live into. So say a little bit about that for these students who might not know enough.
First off, let me bring greetings from my church, Magnolia First Baptist Church, where Sherman Helton is our pastor. Also my frat brother. I just want you to
Sorry to hear that.
And I want to say thank you and congratulations to our athletics director, William Anderson, who's doing a great job here. So just want to say keep up.
Give
the
it up
work.
for him one more time.
As we call him Earl, some people call him Pastor Earl, some call him Dr. Fisher Earl. Thank you for inviting me. And I just want to say a little bit about myself. Of course, I came to Lemoyne. I transferred here from Tennessee State University. I played with Truck Robinson. Some of y'all might know Truck Robinson from way back with the Knicks and what have you. And played here at LeMoyne-Owen because I liked the school. And we went on and we did win the national championship. And I wear this national championship ring proudly.
Come on, Hardware. Come on, Hardware.
A lot of people ask me about it, and then I have to explain, But I went on, got my degree here. Well, let me tell you something interesting. When I was here, we thought we were going to go pro. Everybody thinks they're going to go pro. And my agent at the time was out of New York. And he said there were things happening in NBA and ABA. The ABA sued the NBA.
American Basketball Association for the Young Bucks.
Yeah, that's right. And they won the lawsuit, but I think it was for $1. $1. So the ABA, the American Basketball Association, folded, which means there were no more jobs in the ABA. So people like Dr. J, you've heard of him, McGinnis, Iceman, Gervin, all those folks went from the ABA to the NBA. My agent told me, I'll be able to get you over in Europe. Well, we only had 3 channels then. And every time I looked at the news, I saw people throwing rocks at tanks. So I said, no, I've got my degree. I'd like to come and coach. So I started teaching and coaching here in Memphis. And I went on to be a principal at Fairleigh High School and some other places. And I coached basketball here and enjoyed my life. And one of the crowning moments for me was my son and daughter graduated from LeMoyne-Owen College.
Give it up for that, y'all.
So
give it up for that.
I'm happy for that. And so that's basically it. I'm married to a beautiful woman.
I pray for that sister all the time. All the time.
Every time she comes to a game, Earl has to tell her.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I apologize for every
he
time.
He apologizes for me.
On a more serious note, and that's a wonderful legacy that you have described, that you have lived into yourself. What was it about what was happening at Lemoyne at the time when you arrived that made you feel like there was a standard for you to live up to?
Well, before me, there were guys like Jerry Dover, who played in the ABA, Dusty Hoskins, Charles Edge, who played with the Pacers for a while. All those guys I played with. I mean, they were like a year before me, and I played 1 year with Charles Edge. He was a leading rebounder in the nation, for those who don't know. And that's the kind of persons that you saw every day in practice. Gaines, who played for the Globetrotters and was the athletics director here, he would come in and talk to us. So we were exposed, if you will. And that's one thing about LeMoyne-Owen. It's a small place, but you get big exposure. I'm looking at Rashid over there, somebody I just love to watch because of his fire and his I'm going to dog you because you're not going to dog me attitude. That's what I like, man. That's the way we played here. So I just want you to know that. But the atmosphere was right after integration. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we had to ride in station wagons. For those young people who don't know what a station wagon is, it's a small SUV car. And that's what we rode in. We didn't have buses to ride to the games and what have you. We played in a predominantly Caucasian conference. And we were the only HBCU in that conference. But we were able to win that conference every year, our division, and we won the whole conference 2 years. And but you felt like you were the victim, but LeMoyne-Owen taught you not to be the victim. You're never the victim. Okay, you decide. You have power. You have strength, and that's what I got from LeMoyne-Owen.
Come on, y'all give it up for that.
Yeah.
I know we only have a few more minutes, man, and this is Rich. You know from experience I could talk to you all day about the histories and the experiences because I think they are invaluable, and I don't think we hear them enough or appreciate them enough. I want you to say two things in closing. One, say something about the legendary coach that brought you to this place, the same coach that brought me to this place. And then say something to the student athletes today about what it means to wear the same uniform that so many of these wonderful people, like those you named and those who we saw on the screen, you know, they wore the same thing. So say a little bit about Coach Johnson and then a little bit more about
First off,
what they need.
Jerry Johnson. I guess he was the father of coaching in Memphis. He coached for, I don't know how many years, 40 plus? It's 46 years here. And he built a legacy that made you think that you could accomplish anything. He never said we were second level. And whatever he said, he was ahead. He stayed abreast of the trends in sports. You know, everything was outside in. Now everything is outside.
Yeah.
You know, everybody runs fast break now, and they run to the three-point line, even the post people or the centers and what have you.
Even the people who can't shoot.
Yeah, absolutely. But he was ahead of the game because he stayed abreast. Something interesting, I used to go to coaching clinics all over the country. I'd go to Las Vegas, places that were fun. I'd go, and the only other coach in Memphis at that time that I would see would be Coach Johnson. And that made me say, well, if Coach Johnson's coming to these meetings and learning from the guys who are the experts, then I ought to be there. Whatever your profession is, or whatever your aspiration is, seek out the leaders in those areas. If it's theology, seek out the leaders, the people who are saying something. If it's medicine, if it's engineering, seek out those leaders in those professions so that you can learn from those people who are doing it and doing it well. Last thing I'd like to say to the athletes, don't think you're second class. Please don't. Please don't. Whatever you're getting here at LeMoyne-Owen, if you're getting it at Lane College, if you're getting it at Rusk College, it will carry you. It will, those skills that you're receiving will transfer to other areas. You may be in English right now, but it may help you in business. So take all you can get from these classes. Go to the front of the room. Go to the front of the classroom. We used to have a thing at Lemoyne. The folk in the front get the A's, those behind get the B's, and if you're in the back of the room, you know what you get. So that's what I would say to you. I taught and I coached and I was a principal, and I'm gonna be brief. And I saw a lot of students come through, and I used to tell them the same thing that I'm telling you now. And a lot of those guys, a lot of those ladies, they're so successful now, and they call me and tell me the impact that I had, and I can't even remember half of them. But all of these relationships that you're making now are extremely important. Enjoy them, embrace them, and make sure that you live and lead by example. Make sure that you respect one another. That has to do with your subject of the day. That's sexual exploitation. Respect one another. But more importantly, every day that you wake up, speak kindly to people and about people. And I guarantee you that'll serve you down the line.
Come on, y'all give it up for Brother Clint Jackson, living the legacy of Lemoyne Owen College. Thank you, Brother Clint. We love you too, brother. So we want to take a moment and bring to the stage now somebody who is living a legacy in his own right. I want you to know that you never know who you might encounter when you come to an LOC Soul Session. So you should always be present and accounted for, and always be open-minded and engaging. And so I want to, as I told him earlier, I'm going to throw him a lob and I want him to dunk it. And then he told me his old knees would dunk it. His current knees are only going to catch it and lay it in. But he has a wonderful resume from high school back in Philly, from college at the University of North Carolina, into the NBA, the Portland Trail Blazers, the world champion Detroit Pistons. We are honored today at the LOC Soul Session to welcome Rasheed Wallace, and I want y'all to give it up as he comes and shares some things from his heart. Back in the day, they'd be like, "She."
Wow, y'all gonna play the NBA Sunday, huh? I'm gonna keep it quick and brief. I was brought here today to touch on a few things, but the main thing to talk about is legacy. Each and every person in here, we are living legacies now. All our young people, our elders, our teachers, everyone in here, you're living your legacy right now. Legacy is one of the most important things that can happen for you and your family, because you have to live, you have to prepare yourself, not only for you living at the moment, but your children. You know, when you guys end up having children, and some of our teachers and everything, students, you know, you might have children, but you're living this legacy, okay? So you have to make sure you want to do what? You want to try to set a nice or beautiful example for your children, something that they can live by. You don't want to pass your debt down as your legacy, do you? No. You don't want to pass any type of negative notations about your family down or anything of that. No, everyone here, you want your name, you want your family, you want your legacy to shine. So dealing with that word legacy, things are being passed down generation to generation. It doesn't necessarily have to be a material thing, okay? It could be, you know, something mental, something that you see your grandmother or grandfather doing on the daily that helps out the family. Something that you see your mom or your dad, your aunties and your uncles doing to help out this family is helping you with your legacy. Put your name out there. Be that good student. Freshmen, you guys are right now in the middle of the legacy slate, as I like to say. Because in high school, okay, we got a lot of athletes, student athletes in here, and we have a lot of brainiacs in here. So in your high school time, you left your legacy. No matter if it was basketball, football, track, whatever sport it was, no matter if it was you were the president of the chess club, the glee club, you know, you were an honor roll student for all years of your high school, you left your legacy there at your high school. So now with you going to college, maybe some of the breaks you guys get to go home, Christmas break or Thanksgiving, whatever, and you go visit your school, you go visit your coach. And what's the first thing you do? You walking through the halls, and how are you feeling? You like, oh man, I remember Miss Johnson's room, and you know, we did this or that. Or you're walking by the trophy case, and oh man, I remember this tournament right here. You know, we had to go to the foul line and hit these last 2 key shots. I remember. You feel that proudness. You feel that great accomplishment as you walking through them halls. Well, that's life, okay? So now here you are. Young ladies and young men, you're now in college. You're a freshman in college. We have some upperclassmen in here. It's a little bit more important for you to continue your legacy because you started it here already. So now you have the lower class students here. So be positive to them and for them. They might come ask you questions later on throughout the year or whatever. Be there for them because someone was there for you to help you continue your legacy. So the freshmen, with your legacy, be that best student that you could be, okay? That's first, because it's a few student athletes in here. We all love to play our prospective sport, but you can't play it if your grades are messed up, okay? That's number one, first and foremost. Take all the help you can. You have a lot of positive brothers and sisters here on this campus who want to see you succeed, who want to see you strive with your legacy and your family and your home, okay? So take that time to, hey, don't be scared to ask that teacher, to ask your professor for a couple extra minutes after class if you have that question. All you're doing is continuing your legacy because we all have to do it. And as I said, with me, I'm 50 years old, right? And I'm still writing my legacy. Yes, one part of my life is over. I was a high school All-American. All 4 years of my high school career, I was All-City or, McDonald's All-American. I won 2 national championships, 2 city championships. Ended up going to the University of North Carolina. And with that right there, with my high school, they were winning championships before I got there. So that legacy pressure was on me. Yeah, I didn't think I was that good. It was a lot of people around me said I was, but I had to continue that legacy, and I did that. So now, on to college, same thing. I'm going to University of North Carolina, and my freshman year, we are defending national champs. So if that's not pressure, I don't know what is when you're dealing with most sports. So that didn't work out for me as far as winning a championship, but I left my legacy there. I left something there that they will remember me by. And moving on to the NBA, I played 16 years in the NBA, and 1 year of coaching. So 17 years total. I was fortunate enough to go to the NBA Finals 3 times. I came up short twice, and I was able to win one with the 2004 Detroit Pistons. That right there, thank you. That right there stamped my legacy with basketball. That right there stamped my legacy in the city of Detroit. Today, in the city of Detroit, if myself or any of my former teammates walk in the streets or go into any type of establishment, we very rarely pay for a meal or like a drink, something like that, but nothing too strenuous. But it's that legacy that we set. Here it is. We won it 21 years ago. 21 years ago, that's longer than some of you guys were born, but 21 years ago. But we left that positive legacy not only for ourselves and our children, but for the city of Detroit. So now for me, with me being retired from basketball, my main thing I'm into is coaching. I love coaching. I love teaching kids to play this sport. I do a lot of Nike camps across the country. So I'm giving back. That's my way of giving back. That's my way of continuing my legacy. And I'm not doing it for money. It's not about a money thing. It's me giving that knowledge. That knowledge to me is more richer than money. Money is only paper. If I pull out a dollar bill right now, it's worth $1. But if I put a lighter to it and burn it up, it's worth nothing. But if I give you a little bit of knowledge about something, that's something that you can take on and on. Okay? So that's all part of your legacy. Then with your legacy, you don't want to do nothing to tarnish your family name. You don't want to do nothing to tarnish your image. Speaking from experience, it happened to me before. I got caught up, some things, me and a former teammate of mine, we got caught up with the police, and there was a little marijuana involved and this and that, and here I am, I'm younger, so I'm like, man, it wasn't nothing, it was just a routine traffic stop. We didn't even get a ticket, it was nothing. I go home, go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, at the time I'm married, my wife is hitting me. Oh, wake up, what did you do? What did you do? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she clicked on the news, and here it is, me and my teammate, we're on there, oh, stop, drug possession, this and that, Rasheed Wallace, blase. And so for me, I'm like, oh man, it wasn't nothing, but she clicked the light on for me. She said, it's not about you. She said, your kids gotta go to school. Your kids go to school right around the corner. So you know, how they teachers gonna look at them? How their peers are going to look at them. It's kids that's going to say, oh, your dad's a pothead, and tease my kids. So here I am. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that part of my legacy. And so that's where I started to clean my act up. So now it's one thing on the court. Yeah, I'm fierce on the court. You know, I don't take no stuff and play with a little attitude, but that's different. Off of the court, no, I can't be like that because that's not good for my legacy. So with my legacy, continue to do prideful things, continue to strive forward. As of now, I'm trying to set my legacy for my kids. Basketball-wise, I've set it for a lot of the young fellas that I teach. But a life lesson for me and my kids, I'm setting things up now. I have a few businesses, I'm setting them now. I have 4 kids, so my thing is to set up 4 businesses for them. Something where, no, it's not too complicated, but something that they can run. And that's what's going to continue this family legacy. That's what's going to continue these things for me. You know, my nieces, my nephews, my family. I have my cousin Moses over here. He's helping me continue in the legacy by getting a lot of these things that I wouldn't even have thought about that he came to me with, getting things on film, but it's making it easier to report that legacy. Be that star. Be that star for your legacy. Be that star for your family. Be that star for positive things for your community. That's how you continue your legacy. Help out in your community. Open the door. It starts with small things. Open the door for our elderly. Keep the block clean, things like that, and you'll have that pride to continue that legacy. You never know. Hey, you can win the 2025 Cleanest Block in Memphis award or something like that. But guess what? That's going to be your block's legacy. That's next year. Oh, man, y'all not going to beat us, whatever. That's when you're going to take it to that point. You're going to take it personal. Take it personal. It's your legacy. You're the star. You got to be the star with your legacy. I thank you, Pastor. Thank you for having me this morning. Coach Anderson, appreciate you for bringing me in and talking to everyone here. And, hey, any questions? I love y'all. I'm here for y'all.
Come on, y'all stand to your feet. Y'all give it up for Rasheed Wallace. Come on. Y'all give it up one more time for Clint Jackson. All right, you may be seated. Here's what I would want y'all to know as we transition, out of here for today into the rest of the week. One, please be very clear that the same spirit that was moving in our midst last week was also moving in our midst this week too. And that the spirit shows up in a lot of different and unique and unconventional ways. And part of our challenge is to make sure that we are all open-minded and tender-hearted enough to receive the spirit, no matter how she shows up, where it shows up, or who it shows up through. Today we've been reminded that greatness is not only measured in points and championships or trophies. Greatness requires spiritual maturity, and it also requires sexual responsibility. So as we honor the legacy of athletics at LeMoyne College, let us remember that discipline on the court has to be matched with discipline off the court. The commitment that wins games must also be the commitment that guards one another's dignity. In other words, living the legacy means loving ourselves and others in ways that are not lethal, but in ways that are liberating. Living the legacy means cultivating a culture where sexual responsibility is a sign of our spiritual maturity. Living the legacy means being champions not only in sports, but in how we honor, protect, and respect one another. Don't forget, immediately after this session, we invite anybody who needs to debrief or decompress and deconstruct what you've experienced to meet us in the encounter. It's going to be held in the bottom of the library in the alumni room from 12 to 12:30. We're going to put the QR code up on the screen one more time for those who still need to make sure you mark your attendance. I think if there was any hiccups related to it, it should be fixed now. As we go through the rest of the week, let's make sure we continue to lift up our president and the administration and the staff and the board. And let's celebrate the musicians over here representing. Give it up for Jasmine Fentress. I taught them everything they know. All of the staff members, all of the faculty members, and each of you, the students, who we are and what we are together is because of how well we commit to supporting each other and loving each other and living together with each other. Salute again to the athletic department. They have a week's worth of events. And so, Will, you want to say anything? Come on, y'all give it up for Will Anderson. He's going to make a few remarks and we're almost out of here. We'll be out of here by 12 o'clock.
Good afternoon, everyone. I love to see your faces in the place, in the building. What Clint Jackson didn't tell you is he was the athletic director here at LeMoyne College too for several years, a mentor of mine, and we still in our staff meetings say, speak kindly to and about each other. So he's left his legacy right here as the athletic director, and we thank you. We thank you. We thank you, Sheed. Appreciate you, my brother. And Mo, Pat, he has a crew with him. We appreciate them. They took time out their day to be here with us. This is our welcome week and our student athlete week, and you see our shirts, More Than an Athlete, and there's several words on the back. So I thank Jesse and Coach Morris and Ms. Woodley for coming up with this design. Just a recap of the week. Tonight we'll have the Shelby County Race Crisis Center coming out, GOH 111. They'll speak to us at 5 p.m. Please be on time. Our sessions are no longer than an hour. We've been on time, and we've ended exactly in 45 minutes to an hour. They're going to come out with some great information about how to protect yourself and how to report and prevent sexual violence. Thursday will be our social media day. Was that media day? Media day. It's everything social media. We have a photo shoot in the gym. We have a press conference at 10 o'clock with the basketball coaches. We'll have all the news stations here. We have podcasts with the other sports, each sport. And then we'll go over to Magic Radio. Everybody has a time. They'll go over to Magic Radio and we'll be on the radio. And then Friday, we have Rhythm Night. Rhythm Night in the gymnasium is line dancing night. I don't know if there are members of the EC here. Yes, Miss Bailey, you have your song picked out? She has her song picked out. Everybody on the EC is coming out to do a line dance with the student athletes. They're bringing their crew and they say they're gonna do it better than you. So we're inviting the whole campus out to all the events we have. Tonight, it's the sexual violence awareness. You're welcome to come. We have the Shave Ice after that. We'll have Chick-fil-A on line dance night. Like I'm trying to bait them with the food, right? Yeah, so line dance night. We have a line dance coach, and the DJ is one of our own alums for that, because it's going to turn into a little party. We have Superman from Hot 107. He'll be the DJ. So we have a power pack week. And with that, I give it back to you, my brother.
Come on, everybody stand. We're about to get ready to get out of here. Please don't forget, touch your neighbor. Say, well, ask your neighbor for permission to touch them. And then say, don't forget. If you want to help with the planning and the execution of chapel, please see me at some point across the campus. If you want to help with the social media and production, make sure you see Miss Ina Esco. If you are interested in singing, if you have music interests, make sure you see Dr. Ashley Davis. And above all, make sure we're taking care of each other. Rasheed Wallace is going to be around campus for a little while. Am I right? And if you have some questions you want to have some Q&A with him, we'll figure out exactly where he's going to be. Okay. So there'll be a picture for the student athletes immediately after this on the steps. Student athletes, a picture for you immediately after this on the steps. Y'all, let's prepare to go down from this place. I need all of us to know, no matter what you go through, no matter what you deal with, no matter where you are not alone. Our God is with us. And now unto that God who is able to keep us from falling and present us faultless before God's throne of grace with exceeding joy, to the only wise God, be glory, honor, dominion, and power, now and forevermore. All of God's people said together, Ashe and amen. Go in peace.